Hey, right, this is Alex Merced from alexmercedcoder.com, and in this video we're going to continue on with our Express React project. In this one, now that we have our server set up, the next step is to actually create our model, the way we're going to interact with data. I'm going to do this all in, well, I guess I should probably do it the proper way and create a models folder. So new folder, models, okay. And in this folder, we'll create a persons.js. Okay, and in this persons.js, we need to bring in some stuff from Mongoose. So const. What I want from Mongoose is the schema class, and I want the model function. That's all I really need. That's going to equal require Mongoose. Okay, nice. And now we want to create a new schema which represents sort of what is the shape of the data that we're working with. So const person schema equals a new schema. And then here we pass in an object that describes the shape of our data. So every person will have a name, which is a string. Each person will have a location, which is a string. And they will have an age, which is a number. Okay, and that has to be uppercase N, number. Okay, so name, location, age. That's our, keep it simple. Then we need to actually sit there and say const person. Okay, we need to actually create an object that's a model object. So we have to run the model function, and we pass it two arguments. What do we want the collection in Mongo to be, where it saves the data? We'll save it in a person collection. Think of it as like a table in a database. Except in Mongo databases, they're referred to as documents. Because they're not technically rows and columns. It's really just technically JSON strings. Or BSON strings, to be technical. And then person, and then we need a schema that this table will interact with. So person schema. And then we just need to module.exports, export this person. Cool. So there we go. We got a schema. Okay. And then we can go back to our server.js. Then we just need to bring in the person object. So const person equals require. And then again, this is in our models folder. So it's dot slash models slash persons.js. Okay, so we're going to bring that in to that person variable. So now we have this person variable to kind of add and subtract data. So now we can start creating our routes. And we just need four routes. Okay, create, read, update, delete. Okay, so let's see if we can just generate the basic idea real quick. Okay, so our routes. So first we need the get route, which is going to be our show route, which basically grabs all the information. So app.get. And the way that works is app.get. This is going to be, we'll just call this the index route. So slash index. And it'll be res, meaning the request and response object. And then what we do is we just send back. We're going to return all the, and I'm going to do this with async await because the syntax just looks a lot prettier this way. So watch what happens. Async. There we go. So by putting in that, I can use await, and then I can just do something like this. I can be like, return await, and then do persons dot find, pass in an empty object, and what is it, person, I think? Person, yeah, person dot find, and then that'll return me all the people. Save. But right now we don't really have any people, so we might want to first be able to add some people, so we'll make another route. App.post. Okay, and we'll call this create. And then it's going to be async rec res. And then here we will create a person. We'll just return you the created person. So return await. Okay, person dot create, and we'll just return, and then basically we're just passing in the rec dot body as the object that is being created. And yeah, that looks, see, that's a lot prettier than not doing it with the sync await. Okay, so we'll save that. Let's run the server. npm run dev, and then we're gonna I'm gonna open up Postman. Postman. Okay, so we just have to wait for Postman to open, so we're going to test out these ports. So first we're going to try to create a person, and then we'll hit the endpoint to see if we can bring up those people. But we just have to wait for Postman to open. And in the next video we'll create the rest of the routes and test them out. Oh, Postman, Postman, where art thou? Let me just close out some of this other stuff while we wait for that. Postman always takes so long to open, but it's so good. I mean, I could try to do a curl request, but I'm too lazy for that. Postman, where are you? I'll just pause until Postman opens. Okay, so Postman is opening up, and here we go. So let me just actually just close these tabs so that we can kind of see how this process goes from scratch. Okay, so when you're in Postman, just create a new tab. Okay, and just download Postman. It's a great piece of software. So we're gonna type in the host, local host. Like I said, we're going to be doing this on port 3000. We're on dev. Now the first one we want to do create, because that was the route that we created, and that's going to be a post route. So we change that to post, and now we just need to send over some data. So we're going to go to the body. We're going to go to here to raw, and then you're going to change this to JSON, because again we set up a JSON parser, not a parser for anything else, so we need to send JSON data. And again, we just need to send over a person, so that's going to be that. And then again, JSON has to have quotation marks across everything, so name Alex, location NYC, age 34. Okay. Then we have the closing thing there. And there is our object, sending it to localhost. The header should automatically be configured for JSON. And something else we need to really send over. So if I send it, and then it should just send me back the created person if it's successful. So let's see. What response do I get? It's taking some time. Server running? Yeah, server's running. On port 3000. Localhost 3000/create. return await person.create person. Let me go back to my model. What did I call person? Yeah, that should all be good. Let's try something that again. I mean, it shouldn't need the HTTP, but we'll do that. Let's see what happens if we try to get route. So that would just be index slash let's make sure it's even hitting the servers. How would I test that? So what we're going to do is put some console logs in our routes and see if it's even hitting the routes or if it's just getting stuck on the console.log create. This way I know if it hit the route or not. Okay, so I'm going to go let the server restart. Waiting for the server to restart. There we go. And now we will try this again. I'm going to go back to the post. Go back to create. Let me just make sure I spelled create the same way I spelled it there. Yeah, create. That's JSON. Good. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take off that last slash. I think I still need to take it off in the route, but let's try it without before. Experiment one piece at a time. Yep, I think I need to take it off over here too. Just do slash create. Save. Oh, okay, so wait, it has been hitting the route, so that means it is working. Which means it's getting hung up here. So let's do this. Const result equals await, and then we'll return. Oh wait, that's right. You don't return. That's the I see. I apologize, those viewers. Basically, what I want to do is this. Res.json. Res.json. And then put another parenthesis over here. And the same thing over here. Res.json. Forget that's not what I return. That's in some of the Deno frameworks I do that, where you return, but not here. Here I gotta use Res Express. Too many backend frameworks in my head. Okay, so it's all connected to Mongo. So I probably created a whole several Alexes by now. Let's try this again. Okay, was there any? Yeah, there we go. So it created the person. There it goes. Alex was created. Good. That works. Now let's go to our get route and try that. Index. And yeah, so see, I created several Alexes, but they're all there. Okay, cool. So that's working. And I'll see you guys in the next video, and we will make more routes. Ciao.